Hey everyone, welcome back to FT News. I'm Myra. So I just finished Deli Boys Season 2, and this show seriously deserves way more attention than it gets because somehow it's still one of the most entertaining and funniest crime comedies on streaming right now. And the crazy thing is, the show actually became better this season. Season 1 already had the charm, the chemistry, and the unique identity, but Season 2 feels much more confident about what kind of show it wants to be. The pacing is tighter, the jokes land harder, the characters feel more natural now, and the entire season has this chaotic energy where it constantly feels like everything is about to completely collapse at any second. But somehow that disaster energy is exactly what makes the show work. The funniest part about Deli Boys is that these characters are technically running a criminal empire, but they still behave like two confused rich kids who accidentally inherited responsibilities they are nowhere near qualified to handle. And Season 2 fully embraces that. Mir and Raj are still making terrible decisions almost every episode, but now the consequences feel bigger because their business has become much larger after the events of Season 1. They are no longer small-time idiots hiding inside the family deli. Now they're dealing with major money laundering problems, rival criminals, political pressure, revenge plots, casinos, gang leaders, and public attention. But despite all of that, they still panic like amateurs every time something goes wrong. And that's what keeps the show hilarious. The writing never tries to suddenly turn them into cool mafia masterminds. They stay emotionally messy, impulsive, insecure, and weirdly lovable. The opening episodes already make that clear when the family starts hiding dirty money inside Lattice, like it's the most normal thing in the world. The show constantly balances danger and stupidity together in a way that somehow works perfectly. And honestly, the biggest reason the show works is the cast. Poorna Jagannathan completely owns this season again as Lucky Auntie. She's genuinely one of the funniest people on the show without even trying too hard. Most of her comedy comes from reactions, silence, facial expressions, exhaustion, or the way she stares at Mir and Raj after another horrible decision. Lucky feels like the only semi-competent adult in a family full of emotional children. But this season also gives her more emotional depth. Her relationship with Max Sugar becomes one of the strangest and funniest parts of the season because both characters are manipulative, dangerous, dramatic, and emotionally chaotic in completely different ways. Fred Armisen honestly fits this world surprisingly well. His character feels calm and awkward on the surface, but there's always something unsettling underneath him. Every scene with him feels unpredictable. You never fully know whether he's about to help somebody, insult them, manipulate them, or destroy everything. And the chemistry between him and Lucky becomes one of the best surprises of the season. Now talking about Mir and Raj, both actors improve a lot this season because now they fully understand their characters. Raj especially becomes even more ridiculous after the events from Season 1. The show leans heavily into his emotional instability and wounded ego, and some of the funniest moments this season come from him trying way too hard to act dangerous or respected. There's even a running joke where he accidentally becomes famous online because people find him attractive during his prison situation, which honestly sounds stupid on paper, but somehow becomes one of the funniest storylines of the season. Meanwhile, Mir becomes more ambitious this year. He desperately wants legitimacy and respectability. He keeps trying to turn the family business into something bigger and more professional, but every plan slowly spirals into chaos because nobody in this family can function normally for more than 5 minutes. And the chemistry between Mir and Raj still carries the emotional center of the show. Even when they fight or ruin things, they genuinely feel like brothers. The show also becomes smarter with how it uses Pakistani culture this season. And this is honestly one of the best things about Deli Boys. The cultural elements never feel forced or performative. The Urdu dialogue, the family dynamics, the food references, the insults, the emotional guilt, the clothes, the music, everything feels naturally part of the characters instead of something added just for representation points. That authenticity gives the show its own identity. Because underneath all the criminal nonsense, Deli Boys is still about immigrant family pressure, generational expectations, survival, identity, and the chaos of trying to build success while emotionally falling apart. The show constantly mixes those themes into ridiculous comedy situations. One second somebody is talking about legacy and family expectations. The next second somebody is hiding cocaine inside dessert boxes or panicking over a terrible business deal. And somehow the tonal balance works. The biggest issue with Season 2, honestly, is the episode count. 6 episodes feels way too short for this world. That's the one thing that genuinely frustrated me while watching, because there are so many side characters and storylines that feel like they needed more space. Some characters arrive, become hilarious instantly, and then disappear too quickly. Kumail Nanjiani especially feels underused because every scene with him becomes chaos immediately. There are also storylines involving gang leaders, political rivals, and relationships that clearly could have developed further if the season had more breathing room. But at the same time, the shorter runtime also makes the pacing extremely fast. The show wastes almost no time. Every episode keeps moving constantly. There's barely any filler. And because the episodes are so short, the binge experience becomes incredibly easy and addictive. You keep thinking, just one more episode, until suddenly the entire season is over. Another thing I really liked this season is how the city itself feels dirtier and more alive now. Philadelphia feels like an actual part of the story instead of just a background setting. The criminal world feels more dangerous this time too. Even though the show stays comedic, there's always this feeling that things could seriously go wrong at any moment. And the finale especially pushes that feeling hard. Without spoiling too much, the ending clearly sets up even bigger chaos for Season 3. And honestly, this show has so much potential moving forward because the writers finally seem fully confident in the tone, the characters, and the identity of the series. Overall, Deli Boys Season 2 feels sharper, funnier, more confident, and more emotionally grounded than Season 1. It's one of those rare comedy shows where the humor feels specific and unique instead of trying to copy every other crime comedy. And even though the season is way too short, it still manages to deliver memorable characters, hilarious situations, strong chemistry, emotional moments, and non-stop chaotic energy. This is genuinely one of Hulu's most underrated shows right now. And if Season 3 gets a bigger episode order with the same writing quality, this show could become something really special. Thank you for watching this video, sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in the next one.